hello again guys. As you can see, we've pretty much put it all back together again. My father-in-law came and done some painting for me, so he's done that rear quarter, the boot lid, and this rear quarter. And he's done the bonnet as well. So I don't think that turned out too bad. I haven't even polished any of this yet. There's a couple of little marks in it, just through dust in the air. But we did do it inside this workshop, and it was 10 o'clock at night. So it was cold, it was about 3 degrees in here, maybe 5 degrees. And yeah, the paint went on nice because of the thinners. But when we came to do the lacquer, that was slightly more difficult when that was struggling to set. But yeah, we got it done in the end, and it's all on there, and it all looks nice, ready for the first race. So yeah, I'll pretty much put everything back together on the inside as well. So all the cages back in properly as well. The seat, the harnesses, the engine cover, all the dash, and I obviously changed these switches for momentarily ones. If you see the difference, these ones you just put on, they stay on. These ones flick on, and it works exactly how it should do. All the fire extinguisher cables are all in, the battery cut-off cables are all in, all the gauge works. Right, so I've only got a couple of more jobs to do really. One of them is fit this rear view mirror. That's a roll cage mounted one. So I need to mount that on there and get that adjusted. We need to get some numbers and stickers on the side. Obviously show the number and the championship sticker. We need to get the championship sun strip on and some high glow numbers on the windscreen there as well. And then it's just a case of doing an alignment and taking it out for a road test. And then after we've taken it out for a road test is to just do a nut and bolt check, just make sure everything's good, and then that can be loaded up onto the trailer ready for the race on Sunday. So right, I'm going to get this mirror fitted, one thing less on the to-do list, and then we'll see about getting some numbers and stuff stuck on. Right, that wasn't the easiest thing to fit. Yeah, I've obviously got these clamps attached to the roll cage, but because my roll cage sits so close to the window frame, really struggling to get onto the little 3mm Allen keys that are on the top there. But yeah, that's on, give me a better field of view anyway. Yeah, as I say, it's better than standard one. That give me a more where you can see how much wider that is. I can actually see outside the doors now, so where the windows are on the doors, I'll be able to see in my blind spot over here somewhere when there's a car coming down. Where am I? So hard to get in the right place, but where my finger is, or my hand is, here. So I'll be able to see here in my blind spot, and obviously on the other side as well, in the door as well. So yeah, this is a Pickings mirror. It's only a small one, that's not the large one. I didn't want to go for the large one because of obviously taking up so much of the window space. The large one will probably come like out here and then out here, which will give me a better field of view, but I think that'll actually block my my view here. That's already obstructing some of my view up here, but what can you do? You can see in front or behind. Anyway, so yeah, that's a Pit King one I got from Demon Tweaks. I think it's about 60 quid or something delivered. Not cheap, but that is a good quality mirror, and it's crystal clear as well. And as I say, it's curved as well, so it gives you a better context to, or better field of view, I should say. Right, so that's done. I think the next thing we need to do is stick some door numbers on, and a bonnet number and some other stickers. Right, we'll do that now.
Several days later.
Right guys, it's been a few days since my last video, or since the last time I picked up the camera. I've now fitted all the stickers. That was purely because I hadn't picked up my camera, or my phone I should say, and I come to the workshop to sort it out, and obviously couldn't fit them because I didn't have my phone with me. So yeah, but it's nothing really interesting, it's just a case of peeling the back off and sticking some stickers on. So we've got our race numbers, and we've got the MG Cup sticker, another front facing race number, and then the sun strip, which is the MG Cup Sheriff Vehicle Insurance. That's our sponsor, and obviously the window numbers as well, which we have to run in the fluorescent colours, and that's the same on the other side. And that is it. That's all the stickers I put on, apart from the ones on the wings, but I've already done that ages ago. So yeah, nothing on the boot lid. So yeah, in the sticker form we're all good to go. So the last little thing we need to do is set up the alignment. So I've got all the string kit out, got it all boxed in, so from the centre wheels, and just use a steel rule, and then you need to make sure that's the same measurement on both sides. The front could be different to the back, because it could be spaced out, or just could be a different offset wheel, or you know, but you're measuring, you need to make sure that the string here is equal distance away from the wheel on both sides, and then you do it on the front as well. So I've already taken my measurements. So we're 89 millimeters from the string to the centre wheel at the front, and 88 at the back. So there's 2 mil deviation on the back to what there is on the front. But it don't make a difference. As I say, it could just be that the back is slightly wider. But yeah, so I've taken all my initial measurements. So this is from the edge of the wheel at the front, edge of the wheel to the back, basically like that, and then like that, and that gives us all our measurements. As I say, the back isn't too far out. That should be 0.1 degrees toeing in, so on a 15-inch wheel it should be half a degree on each wheel, or half a millimetre each wheel, so a millimetre across the whole back wheels. And the back, or the front, sorry, we're massively out, so we're talking 17 mil toe in, which relates to nearly 2¼ degrees, so we're massively toeing in. And these should toe out, from memory, 0.1 of degrees toe out, which it isn't at the minute. So what I'm going to do is, as an initial setup, I'm going to neutral the back, neutral the front, so it's literally in a straight head position. As I say, that should be 0.1 of degrees towing in, that's 0.1 of degrees towing out, is what it should be from factory. So we're just going to do the adjustments on that, and that's going to take some time of just fiddling about with it, raising the car, making adjustments, lowering it back down again, settling the car, you know, making sure our centre distances are all the same still, and then obviously measuring each wheel as well. So it's a long-winded process when you haven't got the stands to stand on, or the slip plates. The only other thing is that we checked our let me just turn that on. Checked our camber. That's 3 degrees all round on all 4 wheels. We've got maximum camber on the Microsoft circuit, which gives us 3 degrees all the way around, which should be absolutely fine. Again, if we need to adjust that, it's just a case of taking some shims and moving some shims from one side of the ball joint to the other, so it's not overly difficult. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the back, getting the back all squared off, and then we'll move on to the front. Right, so this is the tie bar that we need to adjust, and we need to shorten it, which then brings the toe from toe in to neutral. So just going to crack them 2 lock nuts off and try and adjust it half a turn and see where it comes out at. Right, I've had to take this adjuster off and grease it because one of the lock nuts wasn't going all the way. I couldn't undo the lock nut all the way to the centre, which then meant I couldn't adjust it any tighter. So I just took all that apart, cleaned it up, greased it up, and got it back in again. So what we will have to, I'm going to do the other side as well. So what we are going to have to do is we're going to have to improvise on some slip plates and use some plastic bags when we put it down. But I'm just going to get this other one done, and then we'll get some bags on the floor and see how that works. Right, so that's the backs all done. This is what I mean by the plastic bags. If you put them on there, because they're like really slippery and they slip inside each other as well. So as soon as you put the vehicle down, the bag just moves, and so it's not as good as slip plates, but it gets you out of a muddle. But anyway, I've freed off that other side and adjust it all now, so they're all now bang on 60mm front and back on both rear wheels, and I've locked it all off. So that is the back done. So we're just going to get on and do the front as well, and hopefully the back is quite easy because you can get to it from underneath, but the front I think I'm going to have to turn the wheel to adjust it. And obviously when you take your measurements, you need to put your steering wheel in the straight head position, because then that will give you your indication whether your toe is off on one side or the other, if that makes sense. But anyway, when you line it all up so it's all equal measurements with the steering wheel in the middle, it should then be steering straight as well, which would be good, because on the road test I noticed that the steering wheel was slightly down on the right hand side, but that's just because we had all the subframes out and all the suspension changes, so that will ideally need to be done anyway. So yeah, so anyway, we'll carry on, crack the fronts out, and then that'll be the alignment done basically. Alright, so that's the front all done as well now, nice and simple. This side I managed to get behind the wheel and to adjust it that way, On the driver's side, I had to turn the wheel on full lock to get my hand behind there and to crack that off and to adjust it. So that one side is a bit fiddly, but it's all nice and parallel now. So the passenger side, I've got 60mm on both sides of the wheels. Same with the rear, 60mm on both sides of the wheels. And then on the other side rear, we've got 60mm. So that's all nice and parallel. And then this one, we had 61mm. But they are on both sides of the wheel, so that is now parallel as well. Why that is another a mil compared to the others, because the centre of the wheels are equal to one another, but the powder coating must be a little bit thicker on that one. But there we go, it's all parallel, so there's nothing more I can do about that. Yeah, so that is pretty much it, and that is ready now to go on to the trailer, ready for the race on Sunday. Today is Friday, so it's just a case of just putting in the trailer, getting some bits together, and yeah, we'll head down there Saturday early afternoonish, because we can't actually get onto the paddocks until after 6 o'clock, because there's another race going on the Saturday, and our tickets aren't valid until 6 o'clock on Saturday evening. So yeah, that is what it is. So yeah, it's just a case of just packing all the gear away, putting the boot lid back on, bonnet shutting, and getting it onto a trailer and strapped down and getting some bits together. So I think that will do it for today. I might show you it packed up in the trailer, but apart from that, that's good to go. And the next episode will be the actual race day. There's going to be one 20-minute qualifying and then two 20-minute races, so you'll get to see them, hopefully, if my GoPro don't play up. I mean, I tested my GoPro out the other day, which is a previous video, and that worked absolutely fine, so hopefully should be good to go. Anyway, right, let's pack it all up, get onto the trailer.